Good morning, Lieutenant Galloway with Eufaula Fire and Rescue with the weekly reports of December 26th through December 30th. As of this date, we have a total number of 19 calls. We have one building fire, 16 EMS calls, one service call, and one burn permit approved. On the building fire, this occurred December 28th around 1:52 in the afternoon, at 427 Oakland Avenue. Upon arrival, units found fire showing and leaving from the windows of the structure. It was heavily involved. Engine 4 pulled 2 lines and was able to extinguish the fire pretty quickly. Once it was extinguished, investigation was turned over to Lieutenant Paul Baker, and there he began his investigation and found that an electrical outlet showing marks from arcing was the point of origin and the cause of the fire. It was also related that the outlet had been overloaded with numerous extension cords and also a small space heater. Most of these small tabletop space heaters, they may be very small, but they're around 1,500 watts when you turn them on maximum. This is an enormous amount of draw on the electrical system. Most of your outlets are wired for 20 amps usually. This will create a large amount of pull. Now at the time there was also some other extension cords plugged into the same outlet, so with these variables being put together, you see where the plug was overloaded and began to arc and cause the fire. So once again, we like to caution everyone, please limit the number of cords and devices that you plug into an outlet. We always like to say it has 2 outlets in that one plug. Please just use 2. If you need to, ensure that you have the correct and proper extension cords, proper size. Some of these small little brown extension cords you can sometimes buy from like the dollar stores. They're good for small things, but when you start looking at coffee makers, or small space heaters, things like that, which draw an amount of power, it puts a large amount of stress on that cord and will cause these arcing situations. So please, once again, use an extreme amount of care with that, especially we have colder weather coming. It usually comes in January and February when we get our really cold freezes. So everyone, please start paying close attention to these space heaters and how you use them and things that you keep around them and around your outlets also. Try and keep those areas clear of anything combustible to try and limit the possibility of these kind of fires, because this is not a good thing to happen here right close to Christmas and New Year's. Not a way to start the new year. So please try and limit that.
One of the things that I know from experience, that a 20 amp breaker will hold about 2,000 watts, but a breaker could be on a plug on one side of the room, and on the same plug across the room could be on the same breaker or in another room.
It is typical. We have seen one room being on one breaker. That's one 20 amp breaker, sometimes feeding as many as 4 outlets, which have 2 plugs per outlet. Now if you fill all of those up and then you start adding additional pieces of equipment to each one of those through extension cords or the small little breaker box extensions, those will definitely overload that quickly. It's good to have the ground fault systems so that if you do have arcing or something, that it will shut those breakers off and limit the electricity flow to that area. Hopefully this will shut it off prior to it having a fire starting, and it actually break when it has the arcing. But yes, please, like I say, once again, we try and give as much caution as we can to the public to use caution with those things.
It was the craziest thing. I was just driving along and this squirrel came out of nowhere. Wow.
The good news is, Alpha has the largest customer service team in Alabama. So you'll be dealing with people here, not all over the country.
Awesome. Really not a scratch on it.
You are lucky.
For a plan built just for you, contact Keith Bryan in Eufaula.
What was the damage to the building? Was it a total loss?
It will probably be a total loss. We usually do not estimate, the fire department does not estimate the actual cost of the damage. We usually leave that up to the insurance companies. But basically, from the information, it will probably be a pretty good loss. It was heavily damaged, yes, ma'am.
The walls are standing, the windows are basically out. It got into the attic.
Most of the older homes in this area are older homes. They're made of those materials, old heart pine, southern yellow pine. These generate a lot of heat once they begin to start burning. Therefore, it's sometimes difficult for us to combat that. And two, the smaller the homes, the more sometimes people have personal items there. Don't have the space to scatter them out. So there sometimes in these smaller homes you see a lot more personal items, and those items add to the fire itself. And two, with today's new construction, such as chairs and everything being out of these new composite materials, these generate twice as much heat. And that's one thing that we teach in our schools now, is that our fires used to be real big. Now they're real small, but they're twice as hot because of the materials. And so in these small homes, you do see a good bit of loss from those kind of fires. Like I say, we try and get there and extinguish them as quick as we can, but 2 to 3 minutes and these homes can be fully involved. So, all right, but other than that, that's it for the fire department.
One of the things I'd like to compliment the department on, they got there quick, and they got those flames knocked down even quicker.
Well, we like to say thank you for that, and we do try and practice. A lot of fire departments kind of look at us differently. We practice an aggressive attack is what we do here. We like to get in and try and put the fire, what we call in check, and get it extinguished as quickly as possible. And we like to try and pride ourselves on about right now, anywhere in the city, our average response time is 4 to 5 minutes. And that's counting going way out to the areas that are 5 miles or greater from a fire station. So we like to try and pride ourselves on that as quick response and quick extinguishment. So.
Welcome to the Walmart Vision Center.
Quality eye care by a team of professionals, and as close as your local Walmart Supercenter here in Eufaula. Eye exams are done right, and we accept most vision plans. TRICARE, Alabama and Georgia Medicaid. Dr. Clark is a certified professional in primary eye care. The Vision Center in Walmart of Eufaula, with everyday low prices.
I'm Detective Lance Abbott, and these are the police reports for Eufaula from December 26th of 2013 till December the 30th of 2013. Starting off for immediate release, the Alabama Bureau of Investigation has released the findings of its investigation concerning the shooting death of Cameron Massey on October 15th, 2013 to the Barber County District Attorney's Office. The DA's office received the ABI report on Monday, December 23, 2013. As of this date of the release, the City of Eufaula has not received a copy of the report. The City hopes to release further information after it has an opportunity to review the ABI's results.
Do you have any idea, I'm sure you don't, of when that might happen?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay.
We're hoping within 2 to 3 weeks. It may have something to do with coinciding with when the grand jury meets.
Yeah.
Either in Clayton or in Eufaula. I'm not sure where. We haven't been given anything with that.
Okay.
The Eufaula Police Department's media information sheet. There was 1 traffic arrest for DUI. There were 4 misdemeanor arrests. 1 for domestic violence, 1 for disorderly conduct, 1 for resisting arrest, and 1 for attempting to elude a law enforcement officer. There were 5 traffic accidents during this time period, and there were 5 total arrests. The first incident offense report is concerning a robbery first degree that took place in Eufaula Avenue. It was actually the Citgo station off Eufaula Avenue. And a theft of property third degree was also committed at that time.
Was there a weapon involved in that case?
There was.
So the offender was armed with a gun? Was he
Yes,
carrying
ma'am.
a gun?
Also, illegal possession of a credit card, debit card, on North Orange Avenue. A burglary third degree and a theft of property third degree on Colby Avenue. Fraudulent use of a credit card on Eufaula Avenue. Theft of property second degree on the sub 100 block of Deerfield Drive. That's actually concerning there was a flatbed trailer that was stolen from a residence. Domestic violence third degree. And that took place on Eufaula Avenue. Possession of marijuana second degree and contempt of court took place on Eufaula Avenue, Dale Road.
Sure, the chorus, my name is Lucky, and the reason they calls me Lucky is cause I got all of this money. And the reason I got all of this money is because I sells me gold on Dale Road.
Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Mr. Pond buys gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road. Sell your gold on Dale Road.
Theft of property third degree on Eufaula Avenue. Harassing communications on South Eufaula Avenue. Damage to property on Eufaula Avenue, which is a city ordinance. Another damage to property on 5 Mile Road. An assault third degree on State Docks Road. A harassing complaint on Dale Road. Criminal mischief second degree in the 800 block of Kowicki Street. Domestic violence third degree in the 900 block of Monroe Street, Eufaula. Another report for the same location, domestic violence third degree, 900 block of Monroe Street. And another domestic violence third degree, 900 block of Monroe Street. And another domestic violence third degree of the 900 block of Monroe Street.
Can you tell me a little bit about that case, whether or not anybody was injured or what it involved? Because it seemed like there were 4 reports from that same incident.
There was a altercation between 2 males. I believe one was they were in-laws. It went from a verbal to a physical altercation. I believe an elderly woman, may have been a grandmother, I believe. She and the juvenile attempted to, I guess, break the fight up, and well, from there, I think they had, the in-law attacked or pushed the grandmother and pushed the 14-year-old. It's listed as domestic violence, but I believe it's domestic violence. I think it would be under the subsection of harassment. There was no serious physical injuries involved. As far as arrest reports are concerned, there are 4. The first one is for Terrell Wilder. He was arrested, domestic violence third degree. This is definitely related to the one we just discussed. Donnie Smith was arrested for attempting to elude a police officer. Talon Morris was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol. And Jeremy McNear was arrested for resisting arrest.
On the report, several press conferences back where there was a murder or stabbing. Is there anything else to release on that at this time that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. We processed the scene. We're submitting the alleged weapons to forensics for examination or further examination, and that's about all I have right now.
Change the way you think about tires with a tire that outperforms the rest. Stop short and last longer. Save fuel. Get it with a Michelin tire from Herndon Tire Company. Outperforming for your business since 1964. Herndon Tire Company offers you the best tires, Michelin, and the best service. Alignments, brake repairs, struts, oil changes, custom exhaust, and nitrogen for your tires. For a safe, smooth ride, see them today. Herndon Tire Company, 810 South Eufaula Avenue, Eufaula.